All right, so this is a video about how to translate a word problem into an algebra equation and solve it. Right? In some situations, we'll be given a problem in word format or statement format, and then we have to come up with an equation so that we can solve it mathematically. All right, so I have two examples here. The first one says when 11 is added to a certain number, the result is 29. What is the number? All right, so when you have a word problem like this, you look for keywords, right? So here we are given 11, and then it says it's added to a certain number, right? That number we don't know. So we can represent this by any variable. So here we can say x, right? And then we look for a keyword. It says the result is 29, right? So here it says what is the number, right? So we're asked about a certain number, which is what we're going to find. So it's basically saying, when 11 is added to, say, x, we get a result of 29. What is x, right? So looking at this, we can simply start by writing our 11. It's added to a certain number, let's call it x. The result is 29. So just like that, we'll be able to form our algebra equation. This is, of course, a simple situation, right? So from here, we can go ahead and solve for x, right? Using, the step-by-step method or the like terms together, where you arrange so that all x's are on one side and all non-x's are on the other side. So here we say if we subtract 11 and then subtract 11 on both sides, here 11 minus 11 cancels out. It's basically 0. And then on the left side, we still have our x, which is the x here. And 29 minus 11, so we have our equal to sign. 29 minus 11 is 18. All right, so this is it for the first question. So you always look for some keywords to guide you to be able to form your algebraic equation. Now let's go to number 2. Number 2 says when 23 is subtracted from twice of a certain number, the answer is 31. What is the number? So this is similar to what we did in the first question. So we have our number 23, and it says it's subtracted from, right? This 23 is subtracted from twice of a number, right? We don't know what number is it. So if the number is x, then twice of that will be what? 2x, right? So when 23 is subtracted from this, right? The answer, of course, which is equal to 31. So we look at this and then try and write down our algebra equation, right? What we need to do is be careful about the first statement. It says 23 is subtracted from twice a certain number. So we start with twice a certain number, and 23 is subtracted from it. And the answer, according to this, is equal to 31. So once again, just by using the keywords and the information given, we're able to form our equation. And then here we go ahead and solve it. All right. So if we use the step-by-step, we would add 23 to the left side and do the same thing on the right side. All right. The left side cancels out, so we still have our 2x. Minus 23 plus 23 is 0. We can put a plus 0 here. It doesn't matter. And then this is our equal to sign. This plus here is associated with the 23. So 31 plus 23 is going to be 54. So our equation becomes 2x is equal to 54. And out of this, x is equal to 27. All right. So this is basically, how you go about trying to form an equation in order to solve for the missing number or quantity. All right. So we're going to go do 2 more examples and then go from there. So here are 2 more examples. Question number 3 says, Lisa is 4 years older than her brother Jeff. If the sum of their ages is 31, how old is Lisa? So we have Lisa. One second. So we have Lisa, who is 4 years older than the brother Jeff. Okay, so let's look at this. So the way I normally try to do this is I represent, the information in an orderly form. That way it's easy to see. So says, how old is Lisa? So let's try and represent Lisa's age with the letter X, which is the unknown. So if I say Lisa is X here, right? Then Jeff, who is 4 years younger than Lisa, according to this information, he says Lisa is 4 years older. So if Lisa is X years, then Jeff will be X minus 4, right? Because this makes Lisa older than the brother by 4 years. And then the additional information we are given says when the ages are added together, the result is 31. So let's add their ages together. So Lisa's age plus Jeff's age is equal to 31. So from this, we have our equation to solve. And now let's go ahead and solve the equation. X plus X is equal to 2X. And then minus 4 is equal to 31. I want to continue here. So here we have 2x on the left side is equal to 31 plus 5, right? If you group like terms together, or if you add 4 to both sides of the equation to get rid of the 4, the minus 4 on the left side. So we're going to have 31 plus 4. So 2x is equal to 35. From this, if we divide both sides by 2, 2 cancels out here. And then 2 into 35 is 17 and a half, right? So Lisa is 17 and a half years old, right? Let's write it here. Lisa X is equal to 17 and a half years old. All right. We would have arrived at the same solution if we solved it the other way around. If we were to choose X for Jeff, then that of Lisa would have been X plus 4, and then we add them, we're going to get that of Jeff's age, right? If we do it that way, we have to be careful because the X that we'll be solving for is going to be that of Jeff instead of Lisa. So the easiest approach is always focus on the question being asked, right? And choose your variable from there. All right, now we move on to the last question. It says if 23 plus 7x is 13 more than 61, what is the value of x? So if 23 plus 7x is 13 more than 61, what is the value of x? So we have 23 plus 7x here. And here we look for keywords. The keyword here is more than, right? More than is the key phrase that we're looking for, right? So if 23 plus 7x is 13 more than 61, what does it mean? Right? That's the first question we need to ask ourselves. How can we get our equal to sign in there? Right? The only way we can do that is, it means if 23 plus 7x is more than 61 by 13, then it means if we subtract 13 from 23 plus 7x, we're going to end up with 61. So let me write it down. 23 plus 7x minus 13. Let me erase this. So minus 13 is supposed to give us 61, right? So here, this is the equation that we need to solve. All right. Let's go ahead and quickly solve it. So on the left hand side, we have 23 minus 13 is going to be 10. So we have 7x plus 10 equals 61. So we go ahead, 7x equals 61 minus 10. And we have 7x equals 51, right? And then we just have to divide both sides of the equation by 7. So we're going to have 7x, so this is a continuation. 7x is equal to 51. We divide both sides by 7 because we want to get our x. And it looks like we're going to get a fraction here. All right.